Okay, so we're going to start on page 292 in your textbook, and we're going to start by looking at example 1. Now, example 1 is talking about how to factor expressions. So I'm just going to look at the expression that they gave us, which is 3x plus 12. Now, all that factoring is, it's just the opposite of the distributive property. All right, so I'm trying to find a common factor, the greatest common factor, GCF, and I'm going to pull it out of the expression. So in this case, I'm looking at the numbers 3 and 12. So over here, I'm going to write 3 and 12. Now, to find their greatest common factor, some of you might just already know that it's 3. Because 3 can go into 3 and 3 can go into 12, and that's the largest number that can fit into both of them. If you have two numbers and you're not totally sure what the greatest common factor is, you can do factor trees, okay? And when we do factor trees, probably remember doing this in like 5th grade or 6th grade. In this case, 3, it's just 1 times 3, so we would just say 3. And for 12, it's 2 times 2 times 3. The only one that they have in common is 3. So that's why our GCF in this case is 3. Are y'all with me so far? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 3x plus 12, and I'm going to pull 3 out of it by dividing both by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is just x. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And then I'm going to put parentheses around it and put a 3 on the outside. That way, if I were to use the distributive property, 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 4 is plus 12. And we see that this is the same as this. And that is how to factor an expression. Let's do one more, just in case that went over your head. The next one we're going to do is, let's see, let's do 10m plus 50. Now looking at this one, it should be pretty easy to see, but again, I just want to practice how to find the GCF. So I have 10 and I have 50. 10 is 2 times 5. 50 is 5 times 10, 2 times 5. So I'm going to list them out. 10 is 2 times 5. 50 is 2 times 5 times 5. What do they have in common? The 2's and the 5's. So the GCF will be 2 times 5, which is 10. So I'm going to use 10 to factor my expression. So I'm going to divide both by 10. 10 divided by 10 is just 1, so I'm left with m. 50 divided by 10 is 5. And then whatever I divided by, whatever my GCF is, I'm going to put on the outside of my parentheses. And that's it.